And she had this chart on her door. I was going to meet with her about something. She handles a lot of undergraduate education at Stanford. And I see this chart, and the chart essentially shows the dosing of kind of the original wolf line genes versus more Mastiff-heavy genetic background. And there are a lot of breeds on this chart, but it essentially shows up in the following way. The dogs that are more sight and scent, right, and with longer snouts.
Like a shepherd.
Like a shepherd, have more heavy dosing of the wolf gene still in them. Then you get to the shorter snout, kind of snub nose like the French Bulldog, the English Bulldog, and some Mastiff breeds, pugs, right? And the amount of wolf in them is like nil to none.
But wait a minute, but they all start off as wolves.
So they have some genes that relate to the wolf origin lineage, right? But over time they've been bred, for instance, the English Bulldog.
Right, but all dogs originally come from wolves. All
Yes,
of them.
that's my understanding as well.
Even Mastiffs.
That's right. That's my understanding. But then as they were crossbred with different dogs, right? So for instance, like the English Bulldog, that line came from the crossing of essentially pug, like short snout, right? But with Mastiffs or with dogs with heavy Mastiff genetic dosing. Why? Well, the idea was the short snout gives them a good lever for holding on to things, right? And the Mastiff genes lead to, and we know this for sure, both the droopiness of the face. It also relates to less presence of pain receptors in the front of the body. Okay, so if you've ever had a bulldog breed, you know their feet can be really sensitive, but their face, you can hold on to those jowls. My bulldog Costello would go picking up stuff at the beach, and he'd occasionally get a fish hook in his mouth, and it looked super painful, and he's like, oh, so not very many pain sensors in the face. They have a disruption or a mutation in the gene that controls the elasticity of skin. That's why they have the droopiness, and they are brachycephalic, short snout. That's why they're not very good breathers. And they essentially have sleep apnea. That's why they have a bunch of problems.
They snore like a motherfucker.
Right. They do. So they do snore a lot. I can attest.
Like Carl does.
It's crazy. And so what were dogs being selected for? Well, unless you're showing dogs were selected for the kind of work that they were capable of doing. Like sheepdogs are great herders, this kind of thing. But when people essentially bred up and crossbred to get the English Bulldog or the Old English Bulldog, which doesn't have as much of an underbite. So I had an Old English Bulldog. So whereas the English Bulldog is elbows out, so inward rotation, the thing we're all supposed to not do, an underbite, the Old English Bulldog looks like this.
It looks more like a pit bull.
Looks more like a pit bull. And they were originally used for bull baiting, for grabbing onto the nose of the bull, getting the bull super aggressive, and then being able to let go and get called off and coming back to their protector, and then basically it was to rile up the bull, right, for bullfighting. So you can still find some of this stuff online. You can find some old descriptions, in some cases even some old videos. But of course now bull baiting with dogs is not allowed, right? Dog fighting everybody looks down on. But then if you start asking about the toy breeds, what were the toy breeds, quote unquote, designed for or bred for? They were basically designed to sit next to you. Some of them will seek out, like the terrier breeds will find vermin.